أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أفلا يتدبرون القرآن أم على قلوب أقفالها.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
مثلهم كمثل الذي استوقد نارا فلما أضاءت ما حوله ذهب الله بنورهم وتركهم في ظلمات لا يبصرون صم بكم عمي فهم لا يرجعون أو كصيب من السماء فيه ظلمات ورعد وبرق يجعلون أصابعهم في آذانهم من الصواعق حذر الموت والله محيط بالكافرين يكاد البرق يخطف أبصارهم كلما أضاء لهم مشوا فيه وإذا أظلم عليهم قاموا ولو شاء الله لذهب بسمعهم وأبصارهم إن الله على كل شيء قدير يا أيها الناس اعبدوا ربكم الذي خلقكم والذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون الذي جعل لكم الأرض فراشا والسماء بناء وأنزل من السماء ماء فأخرج به من الثمرات رزقا لكم فلا تجعلوا لله أندادا وأنتم تعلمون وإن كنتم في ريب مما نزلنا على عبدنا فأتوا بسورة من مثله وادعوا شهداءكم من دون الله إن كنتم صادقين فإن لم تفعلوا ولن تفعلوا فاتقوا النار التي وقودها الناس والحجارة أعدت للكافرين.
First of all, my dear friend, do not forget to participate in the reward by publishing the video, subscribing to the channel, and activating the bell so that you receive all new updates.
Contemplative pauses. First pause. In the saying of Allah the Almighty, their example is that of one who kindled a fire, but when it illuminated what was around him, Allah took away their light and left them in darkness, so they could not see. If it is said, what is the reason for likening the hypocrites to the owner of the fire that lit up and then went dark? The answer has three aspects. First, their benefit in the world under the guise of faith is like light, and their punishment in the hereafter is like darkness afterwards. Second, their concealment of their disbelief is like light, and their exposure is like darkness. Third, this applies to those who believed among them and then disbelieved. Their faith is light, and their disbelief afterwards is darkness. And the saying, that is because they believed and then disbelieved, is more likely. Ibn Juzay, 154th. Second pause. In the saying of Allah the Almighty, deaf, dumb, and blind, so they will not return to the right path. Allah Almighty said about them, deaf, meaning they do not hear good, dumb, meaning they do not speak it, blind, meaning they do not see the truth, so they do not return, because they left the truth after knowing it, so they do not return to it, unlike those who leave the truth out of ignorance and misguidance, because it is not reasonable, and it is closer to return than them. Al-Sadi, 44. Third pause. In the saying of Allah the Almighty, and if Allah had willed, He could have taken away their hearing and their sight. Indeed, Allah is over all things competent. Allah Almighty described Himself as having the power over everything in this passage, because He warned the hypocrites of His might and power, and informed them that He encompasses them and is capable of taking away their hearing and sight. Ibn Kathir, 155. Fourth pause. In the saying of Allah the Almighty, O mankind, worship your Lord, who created you and those before you, that you may become righteous. Worship your Lord. It includes believing in Him, glorifying Him, and obeying Him. So the command to believe in Him is for the disbeliever. The command to glorify Him is for the polytheist, and the command to obey Him is for the believer. Ibn Juzay, 156. Fifth pause. In the saying of Allah the Almighty, so do not attribute to Allah equals while you know that there is nothing similar to Him. This verse is from the clear and decisive, which the laws have agreed upon and the books have gathered on, and it is the pillar of humility, and around it revolves humiliation and submission. Al-Baqarah, 159. Sixth pause. In the saying of Allah the Almighty, and if you are in doubt about what we have sent down upon our servant, Muhammad, then produce a surah the like thereof, and call upon your witnesses other than Allah, if you should be truthful. But if you do not, and you will never be able to, so you will never do that, and this is another miracle, that He confidently, decisively, and fearlessly stated that this Qur'an will never be contradicted by anything like it, for eternity. This has been the case from His time until now, and it is impossible for anyone to come up with something like Ibn Kathir, 158. Seventh pause. In the saying of Allah the Almighty, whose fuel is humans and stones, prepared for the disbelievers, and He, Allah, began with humans because they are the ones who understand pain, or because they are more responsive than inanimate objects due to their skin, flesh, and fat, and because there is more intimidation in that. Al-Alusi, 1/199. Guidance. First, the fuel of it is humans and stones. It has been prepared for the disbelievers. O mankind, worship your Lord. Second, meditating on Allah's creations is a reason for increasing certainty and faith in the heart of the servant. He who made for you the earth a bed spread out, and the sky a ceiling, and sent down from the sky rain and brought forth thereby fruits as provision for you. Third, it's a mental and legal error for the Almighty to honor you. Then you associate others with Him. He who made for you the earth a bed spread out, and the sky a ceiling, and sent down from the sky rain and brought forth thereby fruits as provision for you. So do not attribute to Allah equals while you know that there is nothing similar to Him. Working with verses. First, read one of the examples from the Qur'an today and try your best to understand. Their example is that of one who kindled a fire, but when it illuminated what was around him, Allah took away their light and left them in darkness, so they could not see. Second, the light of the heart is in the hands of Allah, so pray to Allah by saying, O Allah, place light in my heart, and light in my hearing, and light in my sight. Allah took away their light and left them in darkness, so they could not see. Third, quote this verse, then extract a benefit from it and send it in a message. Then fear the fire, whose fuel is humans and stone. And peace, blessings, and mercy be upon our Prophet Muhammad, his family, and all his companions, and praise be to Allah, the Lord of all the worlds.
Finally, my dear friend, do not forget to participate in the reward by publishing the video, subscribing to the channel, and activating the bell so that you receive all new updates.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
مثلهم كمثل الذي استوقد نارا فلما أضاءت ما حوله ذهب الله بنورهم وتركهم في ظلمات لا يبصرون صم بكم عمي فهم لا يرجعون أو كصيب من السماء فيه ظلمات ورعد وبرق يجعلون أصابعهم في آذانهم من الصواعق حذر الموت والله محيط بالكافرين يكاد البرق يخطف أبصارهم كلما أضاء لهم مشوا فيه وإذا أظلم عليهم قاموا ولو شاء الله لذهب بسمعهم وأبصارهم إن الله على كل شيء قدير يا أيها الناس اعبدوا ربكم الذي خلقكم والذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون الذي جعل لكم الأرض فراشا والسماء بناء وأنزل من السماء ماء فأخرج به من الثمرات رزقا لكم فلا تجعلوا لله أندادا وأنتم تعلمون وإن كنتم في ريب مما نزلنا على عبدنا فأتوا بسورة من مثله وادعوا شهداءكم من دون الله إن كنتم صادقين فإن لم تفعلوا ولن تفعلوا فاتقوا النار التي وقودها الناس والحجارة أعدت للكافرين